When you spend enough time in Thailand, you will start noticing things that locals treat as completely ordinary. But if you're from outside, they make you pause for a second and react in two ways like, either you're gonna be like this, well, that's interesting, or you're gonna be like, what the f? So here are a few things I picked up over the time I've been in Thailand that can be weird to many people, but very Thai and normal to me. The first thing is that sexuality isn't a big, heavy topic. One of the first things I picked up on how is relaxed the Thai people here is about the topics that it would be super sensitive elsewhere. In Thailand, people are very comfortable with their own sexuality. So comfortable that an idea of a third gender isn't weird. It's called katoi, also known in social media in the West as ladyboys. And you see them everywhere. But unlike what you see on TikTok or Instagram, they are not as spectacle, but a part of everyday life. People don't freeze, point, or act weird. It's like just familiar to them. They are working normal jobs, hanging out, doing the same stuff everyone does. Even when it comes to nightlife or anything related to sex, people don't treat it like a moral crisis. They even have a word that is part of the culture here in Thailand, which is geek, and it translates as friends with benefits. They just acknowledge it exists and move on with their day. Even when it comes to nightlife or hookups, people don't treat it like a moral crisis. They even have a word for that, which is part of the culture here in Thailand, which is geek. And you can translate this as friends with benefits. They just know it and acknowledge it, and this exists, and that's normal, that's okay, it's part of life. I think it's very refreshing to walk and to be in a place where you're not judged or watched or have this feeling. So the second thing here in Thailand is that parents, they hold a big place in people's lives. That's something very normal here in Asia, and in Thailand it's no different. Thai people I met over the years, they talk about their parents in a really warm, grounded way. Helping them isn't a debate, it's not a debate, it's very normal, it's something that when you grow up you expect it to do. Nobody makes a big drama out of this. For example, they send money to the parents, they visit them, they stay involved, they call them. They have this very steady relationship between generations. It's like very different from Western countries, especially when they have a mentality like everyone goes part ways when they turn 18, or you have like these retirement houses, right? Thai people see this as a way to repay and to be grateful for the sacrifices their parents had to endure when they were coming up in the world. And it's also a way to support the parents, since the pensions here are very little or sometimes non-existent. I think it's very nice, particularly nice, to do that, but it also comes with a trade-off. That the parents most of the times have the perception they own their kids, directly influencing in their lives. For the worse or for the best. So now we have here in Thailand this inhaler. This is called yandong. So it's very normal here. For example, you're talking to someone and out of nowhere the person just sniff it here like that. And honestly, with the heat and the traffic, you start doing it too, because it wakes you up a little and it's very refreshing because it's full of menthol here and other herbs. I got myself sniffing these little things here quite often. Something very interesting here in Thailand is that eating great food happens all day. It's very normal, for example, to eat like 3 times a day, yes? Here, people eat whenever something feels good. It seems like Thai people have around maybe, I don't know, as I could count, it's like 6 or 5 or 6 times a day. And it's very normal to see someone carrying 2 or 3 bags of food here, even if they are walking just for 5 minutes. Street food isn't fast food here. Even the simplest dish, even the most simple dish has thought put into it. People learn recipes from the grandparents. They tweak them, perfect them, you taste it instantly. Thai food culture feels alive in a way you don't see in many countries. There is this rich cuisine in Thailand, and especially women, they know how to cook from like all of this food since they're kids, since from childhood. In every recipe, they have their own taste and unique flavor. Well, it also explains why I get like 5 kilos every time that I come to Thailand. Something very unusual about Thailand is that everyday life has a spiritual layer. What Westerners they call superstition is just like a daily routine here. Well, seriously, but most people even care about their birthday date, their birthday, and then how it can influence their life in the future. You see people wearing certain colors, t-shirts, or check with an astrologer before signing anything important. They trust and they believe in shamans and healers a lot. Thais believe that the spiritual world walks together with our physical world. So it's very normal for them to believe in ghosts and that they can affect our daily lives. Everything is so natural that you stop noticing it after a while. For me, it's kind of interesting, but in my opinion, I like it because it indirectly makes Thai people very open-minded to many religions too. I heard from like many of Thai people, they actually believe in Jesus because they believe it's a very strong spirit, a very strong ghost, as they say. And they pray also to other Hindu gods like Ganesha or Brahma, Vishnu. What matters here is to be blessed. So something very interesting because even in addition to like this LGBTQ or more open-minded about sexuality and gender, Thai people don't care about identitarism at all. In the West, people, if someone speaks or acts something about gender or like identity, a whole cultural war starts. In Thailand, nobody cares. There is no identity politics here. They see, as I said, they see the LGBTQ or identity or how you see your gender, like this fluidity, like in a very open mind and a very okay way. You have a lot of trans people here, like the lady boys and even like tomboys, lesbians, gays. Nobody cares, you know. Nobody makes a big deal here. And nobody is forcefully need to identify themselves as something or like if their main character trait. You don't live in a place where you have this feeling that you need to label everything and yourself and you have to interrogate people about what they are or how they identify. I think it's because there are so many nice things here to care about or to enjoy in Thailand that the last thing you need is to worry about who you sleep with or how you dress up or how you look like. The only people who are actually bothered here with this behavior are the foreigners. Especially from certain countries where they don't see like this, you know, gender stuff in a very open-minded way. People grow up surrounded by this variety here in Thailand and they respect people's preferences and life views. It's great to be in a place where there is no debate and no drama, honestly. It's simply life as it is. So one thing that I appreciate most here in Thailand is that kindness is king. Thailand has a way of functioning that feels soft and steady once you understand it. People avoid direct conflict, not because they're passive or pushovers, but because keeping things calm is part of how social harmony works. They have this concept called krengjai, which is like the translation of being kind-hearted with everything. But this isn't just mild politeness. It's a whole system of being considerate. For example, not bothering people, not creating noise, not putting others in an uncomfortable spot. Even if you're hurting or bothered inside. And you feel this everywhere. For example, in how people line up for BTS without pushing. In how strangers help you gently rather than loudly. In the fact that even when things look busy, the mood always stays relaxed. I like it because it makes Thai, they are very respectful. It makes Thai very honest and very good people to deal with. That's why people always keep coming. And that's why Thailand is known as the land of smiles, because they have many expressions, even like sabai sabai, like it's okay, relax, mai peng rai. Everything to make you feel relaxed, not to stress out with what is not important. If you're coming from a loud, confrontational culture like Slavic or Germanic countries, it feels almost like a softer version of Japanese here, of Japan, like here in Thailand, but in Southeast Asia, with their own quiet and polite rules. I mean, this is very Asian to be non-confrontational, which can eventually make people abuse of Asians here as well, and Thais included. But you can be very non-confrontational and be very loud or be kind of disrespectful with other person's personal space, like in Vietnam, for example. Not trashing the country, by the way. So yeah, these are the things that stand out in my opinion, and I think it can be very shocking depending on where you come from. So let me know what caught your attention the most. Please subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thank you for watching, and I see you the next time. Happy trails!